Hi, it's Kevin Lovates here, and video 2 in a series about central bank digital currencies, a topic that seems to be gaining interest in certain areas of the cryptocurrency world and of the finance world. So in the previous video I set the basis for what I was going to discuss, namely the replacement of cash, M0 money, with some kind of digital money. So now we're faced with the question, well, what would you replace it with? Can you replace it with entries in a database and then have some trusted authority overseeing the balances? Now that of course is perfectly feasible. I mean, companies like MasterCard and Visa and banks around the world are doing that all the time. Why not replace all of cash with everybody carrying around a bit of plastic in their wallet? And this is what the Nordics are trying to do everywhere except cards. And there are some places now where they don't accept euro notes anymore. So we're kind of moving that way in a lot of different countries anyway. However, there are some properties of cash that are very desirable to different groups, and not just criminals who want to be able to have anonymous transactions, but right up to actually the national level. So firstly, I'm going to look at what the advantages to central banks would be moving away from printing coins and banknotes to issuing cash on a digital system. And I'm going to look at it in terms of what if they issued it on a blockchain. So the big gain for the banks, for the central banks, would be the fact that they no longer need to run the printing presses and mint metal coins, and doing that is quite expensive. There have to be a lot of security features in banknotes to make sure that they aren't forged. It takes up a lot of space. Banknotes are not easy to carry around in bulk. They need to be guarded and carried to bank vaults and to places around the world in armored trucks with guards. So there are a lot of problems with using physical cash from the banking industry's point of view. And there are whole industries of companies that make machines that you scan notes through to check that they are not fake, counting machines, things like that. It's a pain in the neck. So one of the first benefits for central banks to shift from physical cash to digital cash is the removal of the need for that entire industry. So one clear benefit there. So one tick, I think, in the should central banks start issuing digital currency. And in the next video, I'll talk about an advantage to nation states. Bye for now.